All right, let's dive into something that's not just another buzzword. We're talking about a technology that's really shaking up how businesses get things done. I'm talking about Agent AI. And we're going to use a great piece from Enzvia to unpack how platforms like Floweth.io are making it all happen.
Okay, let's be real for a second. Does this question feel a little too familiar? The pressure to do more with less? Yeah, for most of us, that's just Monday. It's this constant race to be faster, more efficient, and it feels like you're always just trying to keep your head above water. And look, it's not just in your head. This is the central problem for businesses everywhere right now. It's this pressure cooker reality that's forcing the creation of a whole new type of solution. We're talking about something way beyond just ticking off tasks on a to-do list.
So, what's the escape hatch? How do you get out of that cycle? Well, the answer isn't just throwing more automation at the problem. It's about getting smarter with it. It's time to leave those clunky, old-school workflows behind and step into something way more intelligent.
And this slide just nails the difference. Think about it like this. The old way, static automation, is like a train. Super useful, but it can only go where the tracks are. If something changes, it's stuck. But Agent AI? That's more like a self-driving, all-terrain vehicle. It can look at the map, see a roadblock, and figure out a whole new route to get to the destination. It thinks for itself.
Now, it's really important to get this straight. Agent AI is not just a fancy chatbot, not even close. We're talking about a whole new category of tech. These are basically digital employees that can operate on their own. They don't just follow a script. They learn, they adapt, and they can handle entire complex processes without you having to babysit them.
Okay, so the concept is awesome, right? But what does it actually look like when you use it? That's where something like Floweth.io comes in. It takes this big idea of Agent AI and turns it into a real tool you can actually use. And this quote really gets to the heart of it. The point isn't to just automate one tiny little click. The goal is to build a digital agent that can actually think and act like a human does, handling those complex workflows with all the little decisions along the way.
But here is the absolute best part, the real kicker. You'd think you need a PhD in computer science or a team of coders to make this work, right? Nope. The magic of Floweth.io is that you build these powerful agents visually. You just drag and drop, no coding required. Suddenly, this insane power isn't just for developers. It's for the marketing manager, the salesperson, the operations lead, the people who actually know the process inside and out.
Okay, so we've covered what this is and how it works. Now for the most important part. Why should you even care? What's in it for you and your team? Let's get into the 5 biggest benefits that can totally change the game for your team's productivity.
So think of this as a chain reaction. It starts with a massive productivity boost because you're offloading all that boring, repetitive work. That, in turn, leads to a way better customer experience because everything is faster and more accurate. And guess what? When you do that, you start cutting costs. You might even replace a bunch of different software subscriptions with this one platform. And since it's so easy to use, your team actually wants to use it. Put it all together, you're basically future-proofing your business. Pretty cool, huh?
All right, theory is great, but let's get down to brass tacks. Where is the rubber meeting the road? How are actual teams using these AI agents day in and day out? Let's peek into a few different departments and see what's happening. I mean, just look at this. It touches every part of the business. Your marketing team? Imagine an agent that doesn't just schedule posts, but actually looks at the data and says, hey, this is working, let's do more of it. For your sales folks, bam! Leads are qualified instantly, and your CRM is always clean, no more spending hours on data entry. Customer support now has a 24/7 first line of defense, and your ops team can automate all those annoying reports and scheduling headaches. It's huge.
So, when you step back and look at the whole picture, what are we really talking about? This isn't just a small step up. It's not just automation 2.0. It's a complete rethink of what automation even is. Putting this kind of AI power into a no-code tool that anyone can use, well, that's a genuine revolution.
And that really brings us to the final, most important question. It's not about the tech, it's about what you do with it. We know it saves time, we know it can make you more money, so I want you to think about it for a second. Right now, in your job, what's that one tedious, soul-crushing workflow you wish you could just hand off to an AI agent and never think about again? Seriously, what is it? Because finding that answer, that's where this whole thing really starts.